Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Encourage Mindset. I'm your host, Ethan Vandehive. Today, I have with me Chip Baker. Chip, pleasure to have you today. Tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, what you do.
Well, first, I just want to say thanks so much for the opportunity to be here on your platform. I consider it an honor and a privilege to have the opportunity to be here. And so for that, I'm truly grateful. And I just hope that I can provide some value to you and your audience. So again, thanks. But myself, Chip Baker, I'm a fourth generation educator, teacher, former coach. And now I do speaking, life coaching, multiple time bestselling author. So it's truly been a neat journey. Blessed and fortunate to be raised by some great people, as well as be around some awesome folks to learn from in my career. And I started the Success Chronicles a little over 4 years ago to show appreciation and give back to those amazing people I had in my life. And basically what I do is I just interview people from all walks of life and just share their stories for positive inspiration and motivation.
Perfect. That's awesome. And that's kind of what Encourage Mindset is all about as well, trying to get college individuals, but all individuals, a boost in their mindset and motivations. So today we have a list of questions for you to answer, Chip. And the first one is, how do you motivate yourself to get work done after trying many things and failing over and over again?
Well, I think for me, it's all about perspective and awareness, right? You have to know that there's people depending on you, right? So in my case, like I know that I have people depending on me. And if I don't do what I'm supposed to do, then they don't get what they need to get, right?
Mhm.
So for me, like it can't be any bad days. I have to, regardless of how I feel about what's going on, I got to get my butt up and go to work and take care of business because I got people that's dependent on me. And so, I'll just use a sports analogy on you. Growing up as a young guy, I played, high school, college football, played linebacker, and there's gaps. When you have defense, offense, there's gaps, and defense is assigned to a gap, right? And so as a linebacker, I'm responsible for a certain gap. And if I don't take care of my gap, then the team suffers, right? And so I have to make sure that I'm a gap filler when that gap opens up, right? And so I have to fill my gap, take care of my gap. And in life, that's what I've tried to do, Ethan. And I just tried to continue to be that gap filler. In college, I strive to do the best that I can do because I knew that, my family had made lots of sacrifices for me to have the opportunity to get my education and, be there to play football. Then, once I got into my career, there's lots of kids that I was around and adults as well that had gaps in their life as well. So I just tried to be a gap filler there too. So yeah, I think that's how I motivate myself, is just know that I'm a gap filler and know that I have people depending on me.
Perfect. Awesome. I love that. And I just love your hat too. It says go get it. So it makes you feel like you are achieving that. Yeah, go get it again. It makes you feel like you are filling in those gaps. So that's awesome. One of the things that I've done as a club president to help other people fill their gaps or just benefit the community is through Big Brothers, Big Sisters, being
Yeah.
a little big or a big sister to one of those little boys or girls in need. So that's one thing that I've done that's really helped me fill a gap of leadership and help me be a great mentor to future people as well. So that's one that I like to share.
That's good stuff.
The next question we have for you is, what's the habit requiring the least effort that makes the greatest difference?
The habit that requires the least effort that makes the greatest difference. Well, for me, I think it's anything, right? And let me break that down to you. I think it's a cycle, and it starts with successful habits. Successful habits create great routines, build consistency, right? And then when you have consistency, it gives trust, right? And it's a cycle. So if you think about it, it's a continuous cycle. When I say trust, people around you trust you because they see that you're consistent and your money and they know what they're going to get from you, right? But bigger than that, you build self-trust because you've shown yourself that you've been disciplined enough disciplined enough to be consistent, to have good routines, to have start with great habits, right? And it builds that self-trust within you to show you that, hey, wait, I am capable of doing great things, right? And it lights you on fire and gets you excited because now it all started with simple habits, right? It started with just doing the little things great with amazing effort on a consistent basis, right? A little consistent effort can make a big difference in our world.
Yeah, I would agree. I think if you can find a way to get 1% better every day, take
Yes.
small steps, that'll allow you to accomplish your big goals.
Yeah, I think I've heard it said before, baby steps, young grasshopper, baby steps.
Our next question for you, Chip, is how do you sustain self-motivation when you suffer a setback toward your goals?
For me, I think it's two things. I think I always strive to remain humble and hungry. And what I mean by that is, there's going to be good and bad things happen in our life. I don't care who you are. I don't care where you come from. I don't care how you were raised. And none of us are immune from growing through tough things. Did you get that? Catch that? None of us are immune from growing through tough things, not going, but growing through. And so we have to grow through what we go through. And so when there's great things happening, we have to remain humble and know that there's still some opportunity for growth, for us to be the best version of ourselves. And then when things are tough, we have to remain hungry, right? Hungry to find the blessings and the lessons. Like, what can I learn from this? It's not happening to me, it's happening for me, right? So you have to find that and then now learn, because it's not winning and losing, it's winning and learning. If you have the proper perspective and awareness to catch the blessings and the lesson.
Yeah, that's a great point. One of my favorite things is that I strive to do is learn and implement. So that's kind of a little bit of what you said. You learn from it, you try to implement it. Yes, you will fail from time to time, but that's also how you learn and try to better yourself. The best way to learn is to be uncomfortable and be in those situations. Because otherwise, if you're not uncomfortable, you're not learning or you're not trying hard enough.
Well, Ethan, I think you have to learn to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to always be in situations where, oh, I haven't done this before. Oh, wait, this is new, And so, because what that tells me is that now I'm having continuous growth.
Exactly. So our final question for you, Chip, is if you could offer only one piece of advice about beginning, changing habits, starting fresh, what would it be?
I think it would be go get it. No, no, I think you have to know that you can't assume much. But if you choose to assume something, I think you can assume that we're all broken, right? Like none of us are perfect. We all make mistakes.
Yeah, correct.
We're all striving to do the best we can with what we have, right? And so when you understand that, what you have to do is just do the best that you can right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't,
Mhm.
yes, learn from the past. Yeah, you got to plan for the future, but your presence is the present, right? And so just be in the moment and do the best that you can with your situation that you have right now in the moment. And I think if you take each moment like that and you attack it that way and you go get it in that manner,
Mhm.
you can stack those moments and you'll be able to look back on it and be proud of the accomplishments that you've accomplished because you were present, you were in the moment, and then I think from there you maximize your potential. So I think that that's how you do that.
Yeah, I don't even think I have anything else to add onto that. That was perfect.
Hey, you can hit them with a boom.
Perfect. Anything else you kind of want to share with us today, Chip?
No, nothing else. I just love for people to go check out my social media, Chip Baker, the Success Chronicles. Everything is Chip Baker, TSC, as in the Success Chronicles, except for Twitter, and that's Chip Baker 19. And like I said earlier, multiple time best-selling author. You can go on my social medias and check out all of that stuff. But just go, show support and typical thing, like everybody says, like, follow, subscribe, rate, leave a comment. And yeah, that's fine. But what I would like for you to do is if you go on there and you see something you like and someone that you love or care about comes to mind or heart for you, I ask that you just share it with them. And I think that that'll help make our world a better place. So again, thank you so much for the opportunity, my man.
Yeah. And thank you for coming on once again. And it was a pleasure to have you. And that's all for today's episode on Encourage Mindset. Thank you very much, Chip.
Go get it.
So if you're ready to grow, hit that subscribe button, drop a comment, and let's build a mindset that empowers and transforms.